A very warm greetings to everyone. Suhasini as Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, RMD Engineering College. In this video lecture, I'm going to discuss about the topic transaction recovery. So, what is transaction? So the transferring of things from one account to the other account, we say it is a transaction. So similarly, to transfer a file from one system to the other system, we are doing some transactions. So here, how we are going to do that transaction recovery here. So the transaction is nothing but transferring one file to the other file. During that, if any failure is done and the data should not get lost, how we are going to recover those data, those things will be tested. Here in this transaction, we have some certain operations like read and write. After reading or writing, or definitely after writing some things, you have to do the commit process. If you do commit process, then you can easily do the recovering process. So here, the recovery technique are heavily depend upon the existing of the file known as system log. What a system log here is all the certain informations will be stored when the transaction is started, when the transaction is ended, and some of the data, what type of operations is be done, all these either delete operation or update operation, whatever the operation is being done, those data will be stored in the system log. With that help of those log data, we can do the recovery process. So I have read item transaction with what is the transaction reads a value of x. So the transaction read the value of x, what is the old value and what you are going to update, that is write item. When you do write, you are going to do something right. So what is you are going to write something newly in the file. So what is going to be written? So old value and the new value and commit. That is, you are going to save that process. Abort, you want to undo that process. Checkpoint. So checkpoint is once everything is done, the system logs can be removed. The previous system logs can be removed after the commit process. So now a transaction reaches the commit process when all its operations that access the database have been executed successfully. That is, that transaction has reached a point at which it will not abort at all. When you reach some point, that after that point you cannot do any delete or abort all these. That point is called as a commit point. Once a commit is done, the transaction is saved permanently in the databases. Commitment always involves when your commitment will get done is after your after writing the commit entry only. We have to execute the command called commit. Okay, only then the commitment process will be done. So if your system is getting crashed also, you can search back the log, and from the log where transaction details will be available. With that help of that, you can recover the data. So in the recovery process, we have an undoing things. In this undoing process, you have two different updates here: deferred updates and immediate updates. What is undoing is when the transaction is crashes, then the recovery manager want to do that undoing process. You have to reverse the transaction. So that is called as undoing things. In this undoing, we have two different types. One is deferred update and immediate update. What is deferred update is when I do start my transaction, none of the information will get stored in your system or in the log or in your workspace. No information will get stored. So now you don't in that process, so that you don't want to do any of the undo. There is nothing is stored. Why do you need to do undo all these things? Only if you reach the commit process, some of the data will get stored in the deferred update, or else you will not have any data which is stored at temporarily also. So when the no data is stored, then why we need no redo or undo? So hence it's called as deferred update and is also known as no undo or redo algorithm. Moving on to the immediate update. Immediate update is whatever small things is you do that will be stored. If it is not reaching the commit point also, some of the information will get stored. Okay, if you reach a commit point, the operation can be done. Undo process can be done here, redo process can be done there. Based on that, you can do the rollback and you can retry the data. So this is your immediate update also. So these are the transaction recovery concepts. Thank you.